Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Tati Beauty Blendifuls. Hey guys, it's Future Me here, and I actually forgot to mention, but there is a giveaway in this video. If you guys are interested in entering, just check the description box below. Now, I did purchase these when they first launched, and I did just receive them in the mail a couple days ago. It did take a little bit of time. I don't know if it was necessarily Tati Beauty's fault. I think it was more my post office's fault. I don't know if the package got lost, but I did just receive them, so that's nice. I used these on my face today, so I'll definitely give you guys my thoughts on what I think about them. They are like a microfiber feeling. They're definitely softer than the makeup eraser. I know a lot of people were comparing them to those, but it does feel a lot softer. And honestly, considering I did my whole face with it, it's not as dirty as you would think. And the eyeshadow look that I have on today, I did create using the new Omrizi Anastasia palette. I'll leave a link to the video of me reviewing the palette down below if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look. So this product retails for $18, and in the package you do get the regular size Blendiful and a baby Blendiful. So Tati describes these as a one product fits all kind of, so you can use this for everything: your primer, your concealer, foundation, powder, blush, contour, highlighter. She basically describes this as like a solution for all of like your beauty blenders, brushes, all of that. Now, as you guys will see further in the video, I did have a little bit of trouble with it. I don't know if it was just user error because it's a new product. She hasn't really launched a video herself stating how to use it and showing us her techniques, but I mean, for the most part, it did apply my makeup really, really nicely. I am a fan of Tati's, but definitely if I don't like a product, I will let you guys know. I'm not a biased reviewer just because I want to give you guys my honest opinion on whether I like a product or not. I don't want you guys to go and spend your hard-earned money on something that's not worth it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the demo of how I did my makeup today. Alright guys, so I already did my eyebrows off camera. So this is what the Blendiful looks like. I don't know how you would describe the shape. To me it looks like a guitar pick almost. The feeling of it is like microfiber but softer. The primer that I'm going to try it out with is going to be the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I've used this primer before and I love how it looks on my skin. If you guys don't want to spend the money on the Tatcha Silk Canvas, then I would definitely do the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. But I'm just going to take a tiny little bit and I'm going to apply it to my T-zone. On my nose, around my nose, because my pores get really bad around there. And alright, and she says to use a patting motion, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So it definitely pressed it into my skin. I don't see any residual product on there. Does seem like it pushed it into my pores, but we'll see how it looks with the foundation on top. For the rest of my face, since my skin is being a little dry right now because of the weather, I am also going to use the Smashbox Primerizer. I'm just going to use this all over my face with my fingers just because my skin needs the extra little love right now because of winter, but I'm only going to do about one pump. I'm just applying it where I didn't apply the other one and blending in. tell you what, my skin, it used to be super duper oily, and now it's more of like a combination. So my T-zone will get oily sometimes. It's not too bad either, but it will get oily, but then the rest of my face is so dry, and it does have to do with the weather as well. Now that my primer is on, we're going to go ahead and move into foundation. For my foundation, I'm going to use a foundation that I know I love from the drugstore, just because I want to give this sponge a fair shot, and I want to make sure I'm using something that I've used before and I know that I like. Using the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation, and I'm going to pump it on the back of my hand. I'm kind of scared. I don't know if the brush is going to soak up the product. Definitely looks like a little product goes a long way. I barely dipped into it and I covered about half my face and a little bit more. So now she says you can use a blotting or a sweeping motion. I'm doing a sweeping motion because that's normally what I do with a brush, but I don't know if you guys can see around my nose, and it could just be my ring, but it doesn't really cover it all that well. Even though a beauty blender, even with my nose ring, it will cover it pretty good. But I'm going to try to go back in just a second. Now, it is leaving a little bit of lines, but I'm going to blot it and see if that helps. Oh, that definitely helps a lot more. Now, I am noticing the more that I'm swiping, the more lines it's leaving on my skin. I really have to go in and blot it. So, I don't know if I necessarily love that. But my skin does look a lot dewier than it normally does when I do it with a beauty blender. So, I don't know, maybe I'm just using the wrong technique for applying foundation with this product. It is a fairly new product. Tati actually hasn't really done a video herself demoing the product, so I'm curious to see how she applies the makeup. But, I mean, I like the overall coverage that it gives my skin. It's just, if I swipe it only, it does leave lines on my skin. But when I pat it in, they do go away. What do you guys think? How do you think my skin looks with just foundation using this? Alright, so now we're going to jump into concealer. As you guys know, I have to use my color corrector. This is the Essence one, and it's just a peach one. It definitely helps with my under eye circles. So we're going to go in and apply the color corrector. Now what's kind of cool about these sponges is she does say that they are machine washable, so you can throw them in your, what do they call those? Like the lingerie bags where you put like your bras in the washer so they don't get damaged. She says you can put them in there and clean them. I actually have to do a load of laundry later, so I'll definitely see how this works out after it's been washed. So I'm just patting in the color corrector. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with my concealer. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Concealer. So again, it kind of does leave lines if you just swipe it, so I like to pat it in. Either way, you don't really want to swipe under your eyes because that is the most sensitive area of your face and it is more prone to wrinkles. Oh, I have like a little fuzzy that fell off of the sponge. So I don't know if that was just user error or if it sheds, which it would kind of suck if it shedded. I'm going to take some of my Beauty Bakery flour and I'm just taking some of what's on the lid. I'm going to use the Baby Blendiful for the powder. And we're just going to go in and press. I don't really necessarily bake my face. Oh wow. That really set my under eye really good and it feels so smooth. I'm just gonna set like this area, my T-zone. So yeah, that set my under eyes pretty nicely. I really like this one. So she says to fold it in half around your finger and then use a striping motion to pick up and lay your contour, the angles of your face, then softly buff out the edges. So it looks like she's using cream contour. So I'm using the Anastasia cream contour kit. I haven't used this baby in a while, so we'll see. I'm gonna take the middle shade, which is Light Sculpt. Feels so weird dipping in my sponge in here. So we're gonna go like an angle. Buff. I'm gonna lay down the product around my jawline as well. It definitely picks up a lot of product, so you gotta be careful. And when you're contouring, you always want to remember to contour up so it doesn't go further down, you know? If I'm looking over here, it's because I have a mirror over here. Contouring into my hairline, make it look more seamless. So she says to use a buffing motion. I always do like under my lip. It just makes my lips look a little bigger. Okay, and I'm contouring. The only one you want to contour down is the one on your neck. Just creates like a nice chisel. Wow, that actually worked pretty well. Now I am putting like the excess on my finger over here because I don't want to go in too harshly with contour. Now I feel like I look a little gray, so I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of Java, and we're going to just kind of go over the areas that I just went over. Java is a little warmer than Sculpt, so just slightly. You don't want to go too crazy. And again, contour up. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Now I don't normally cream contour. I usually use either my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, or I use the Hula Bronzer by Benefit. So cream contouring, I am a little newer to it. So if I'm not doing it perfectly, by all means let me know and I'll work on perfecting my skills. But I don't know, I like how it's blending everything out. I feel like it definitely chiseled out my cheeks a little bit. I'm going to take a little tiny bit and contour my nose. So it's not as precise as an actual brush would be. It's okay, I'm going to fix that. But I kind of made it really, really tiny. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I kind of squeezed it really small so I can contour my nose, be a little more precise. But it's still a little too wide for contouring my nose. But I mean, hey, it's doing the job. So I'm going to do a kind of like a cream blush. It's not really cream, but it is the ColourPop Super Shock Blush. This is in the shade Get Laid, and this is one of their most popular shades. And I'm going to take the Blendiful, I'm going to take the corner, and I'm going to go into the blush, kind of tap off some on my hand, and then I'm going to gently pat it on. Ooh, I kind of like that. It diffuses your blush and it sinks it into your skin. It just kind of looks a little more natural. I think I applied a little too much, but that's okay. But yeah, I think it applied the Super Shock blush pretty nicely. Now for highlighter, I'm also going to go into a Super Shock highlighter. And this one is in the shade Flexitarian. I don't know if my camera will pick it up. The light's kind of blinding it, but it's a really nice champagne color. And place it right on my cheekbone. Ooh. Okay. That actually applied it really nicely. I may have gone a little overboard on this side, but I'm going to go ahead and smooth it out a little bit. It's a little better. But yeah, I love how this applies the Super Shock highlighters. It definitely makes it a lot easier to apply than your finger. Alright, now we're going to bake our face. And again, I'm going to go back in with the Baby Blendiful. As you can see, I have powder on there. We're going to go back in with the Beauty Bakery powder. And I'm just going to go right under the contour. And bake that little part of my face. kind of correcting that one little spot. I'm just gonna take a little more under my eye, just a little bit, and right on my forehead. Okay. I don't let it sit for too long, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out now. I actually blended out everything really nicely. My skin looks super nice and flawless. Okay, Tati, I see what you're doing. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and apply lashes off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so that was me using the Blendiful all over my face. I definitely think it's a very unique idea. Something different. It's gonna take me a little bit of getting used to, just because I'm so used to using my beauty blender or a brush, but I definitely think this is a unique idea. Now, a few little things. So when I was doing my foundation, as you guys know, it was leaving a little bit of like streak marks when I would wipe it, but they did go away once I patted them with this. So it's an easy fix, but it is a little bit annoying, if you guys will. But like I said, Tati hasn't really put out a video yet showing us exactly how to use it. So we're all kind of just finding our own way to use it. So it's going to be definitely interesting seeing how she uses her product herself. I definitely think the concept of it is cool. I'll keep trying it out and I'll let you guys know what I think in a video down the road, just so you guys can see if I'm still into it or anything like that. As of right now, these are still available, and for the bundle, like I said, it's $18, so it's not bad. It's cheaper than a beauty blender, and you actually get 2 in the package, so I definitely think the price is worth it. Now, we'll keep trying this out just to see if we keep liking it, but I am kind of curious to see how it performs after I wash it. I know I've seen a few videos where people's Blendifuls have actually ripped open, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. If you guys don't follow me on Snapchat or Instagram, I'll leave a link of that down below, or you can see it in my end card. Follow me on there. I'll definitely give you guys updates. But yeah, guys, that is it. Do I think this is a gimmick? Not really. I mean, it is useful. I'm thinking maybe we're just doing it wrong, or at least maybe I'm applying it wrong with this to get like the streakiness. I definitely think that the Baby Blendiful applies powder beautifully. It set my eyes very, very nicely. They feel nice and smooth. They don't feel cakey, and they don't look cakey either. Like, you can definitely tell I set my face, but it's not cakey whatsoever. This was great for baking all over my face. I definitely think this one is worth the $18 itself. But yeah, I'll definitely keep trying them out, and I'll let you guys know in a later video to see if I'm still liking these. Leave a comment down below letting me know if you guys are planning on purchasing these, or if you've tried these out, and if you guys have any techniques for me to try to use these. I'd definitely be interested in seeing what you guys think about these. But that is it for today's video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!